Carlo. 3 more, Carlo. Hey, Carlo, when you get close to 18, shoot it. Open up, Tony. Out of the way. Go, Carlo. Okay, don't. If you close. Okay, don't stay off. Shoot now. Don't wait. That's it. Go in there, Lenny. We go at one the game, even without play. I said, no, I want to play with it. I don't tell you about that. My business. We go at one the game without play. I want to play with it. Come on, Tony! Open up, Jeff. I tell you, come on, John. On the wing, Tony. Move on the wing. Watch behind, Paul. Watch that flying. Don't stop. Ricky, don't stop. Get your man, Rick. Come on, Rob. Paul, behind you. Chris, atta boy.
What happened to
What are you moving away from the center forward for? Keep shooting, gotta go in sooner or later. Don't give up. Let me go now. Go, Tommy. Via, Frank, via, don't fool around with it.
I just seen what he did. Yeah, brother.
Okay, here we are on about 20 minutes of play now in the game. And we'll let you know momentarily what the score is. Probably it's nothing yet. Nobody scored, at this time. The game is being played today at Dalkey Park. It's the first game of the playoffs between the Palladino motor soccer team, which ended up first on the league and the Peewee division. Okay, the game we just found out, we were a little late starting, but the game was it's 1-0 for Palladino Motors on a goal scored about 10 minutes ago, after 10 minutes of play by Carlo Castrechino. Number 10, if you look at number 10, it's Carlo Castrechino. He's also the leader of this team with goals scored. Carlo, by the way, is about 14 years old. In 16 games that he played this year, he scored 36 goals. And this one here makes us 37. The lead is now 1-0 for Palladino Motors team, which is a knockout playoff game. The winner of this game will advance to the semis. The loser will just automatically be out. There's a nice touch by Carlo. They're playing Palladino Motors against Croatia this time. In center field, there was a nice touch by Tony Falvo, center forward. Going to the line is John Perzini right now, making the ball into play. Pass to Carlo. Stopped by one of the Croatian players. And the game is on the goalie. Was bringing about the play at center field right now. It's being dominated, as you can see, by the Palladino Motor team, which is a young team of the Peewee. Most of the players are first-year players. Beautiful, excellent play right now by Ricky Stepancic. Stepancic is the son of a famous player. There he goes again. They play for Sudbury Flyers. There's Ricky Stepancic again. Beautiful pass to Jeff Falcioni, who's bringing the ball forward. John Perzini's beautiful pass in the center, right on to Robert Palladino, who just lost the ball. Now Jeff Falcione is throwing the ball in. Throw in to... oh, beautiful defensive plays by the Croatian player. Croatia has a beautiful team, by the way. But, oh, there's a little fault. Pushing from behind, which is not allowed on this soccer. Palladino Motors team, by the way, had an excellent year this year. It's the first year has been sponsored by the VIP Palladino Motors. And VIP, by the way, for many years sponsored, but Peewee, the team, did not sponsor for the last 3 years. This is the first year that was brought together by Eddie Palladino, who is the coach, and his assistant coach, who is Joe Colusi. The two of them together put an excellent team. They were fortunate enough to have beautiful talent, but they know how to search for it, being themselves very famous soccer players. Referee Anselmo just called an infraction against our Palladino Motors team. Croatia is definitely bringing back to trying to catch up to the... At this time it's 1-0 still, Palladino Motors in the blue, who are trying to win this game. The action of this moment is in the center field with Carlo Castrechino, the leading goal scorer. As you see, he's got an excellent move. A little mix up with the defense of the Croatia, but it's fortunately been taken care of by the goalie. Jeff could not stop the ball, and he's out of this time. It's definitely a Croatia throw-in. Play continues on the half of the Palladino Motors team, and there is a dangerous play right now. It could result into some action by the Croatian player, but the defense of Palladino Motors is coming strong. Beautiful Frank Sinati, there's the right full back. It's passing it forward. Ball thrown out on the sidelines by one of the Croatia players. Again, it's again out. Okay, the ball just went in at the end of outside the field. One of the boys, the substitution, 14 of Tony Falvo, our center forward, got hit a little bit, not seriously, but he looks like he got hit right in the head. Well, they were both going for a header, and both players apparently have a little hurt, so they go and relax for a while. Number 22 of the Croatian team, and Tony Falvo, number 14. The ball is back in play, thrown by a defenseman, kicked by a defenseman in of the Croatia. The game is excellently directed by Anselmo, who is a nice, very, very knowledgeable referee. And there is Carlo Castrechino, the scorer of the goal. Beautiful shot, beautiful, secure defensive play by the goalie. Stopped the ball right on. But as you see, the potential of Carlo, no wonder he scored 36 goals so far. And he only played 16 games. There is number 16, Michael Cassidy, trying to get into the ball. And the ball goes out, and it looks like it's a Palladino Motors blue ball. Would be placed in by number 16 himself, Michael Cassidy. Nice thrown in to Carlo Castrechino. Carlo Castrechino just passes his player. Beautiful pass forward. A little too far, but dangerous. Oh, beautiful defense by the goalie of Croatia. There is the ball on number 111. Excellent play by the Croatian player. Beautiful pass forward, but again, steady Paul Mettello. Paul Mettello plays a center half, steady as a rock. The ball was called by a handball. One of the Croatian players just stopped the ball right at center field with his hands. No, I'm sorry, there was a fault by one of the Palladino Motors players. And there's the kick, heads. But number 5 just clears it up. Frank Sinati, right full back. Plays it over. Lenny Papano, number 19, just passed it on the side. Our right wing, Dean Principe, just kicked the ball out. But it went off one of the Croatian players, so there'll be a blue throw-in. And it's the Dean Principe ball to Ricky Stepancic. Ricky Stepancic played beautiful play right in the edge of the ball went out. Again, number 19. Now 19 is Lenny Papano. Beautiful throw-in. Nice little touch, but it goes to the Croatia player. Defensive, naturally, Frank Sinati, one of our steady defensemen. 0-0, pass in the front. Was a nice play being originated, but it been caught again by our Frank Sinati to Jeff. Jeff on the wing to our one of the best players we have on the left wing, and the only one with the left foot. This is going to be a corner kick. It's been thrown in the end of the field by the Croatian player via corner kick. By the Palladino blue shirts. Taking the kick is just Falcioni. In the center we have number 17 Principe, 19 Lenny Papano, 9 Robert Palladino. Beautiful play. Oh, excellent play by the goalie. Beautiful kick. Beautiful play by the goalie. Now here's the Croatian going strong, but they find it very hard going through. What we call a little mistake by Monticelli usually doesn't make. Oh, excellent play. Dangerous spot. They could have just about tied it. Excellent try. Excellent try. The team, they seem to be very evenly matched at this time. Although the Croatian team is down 1-0, is still putting up a lot of pressure. Not as much as the blue shirts of Palladino Motors team, but they're putting some pressure on. Put into play by our defensemen of Palladino Motors. To Patrick McCann. Patrick McCann to number 17 Principe. In the end, two beautiful header pass by Robert Palladino to Lenny Papano. Offside called by the referee. One of the blue shirts were an offside, but it was an excellent play being made. There's beautiful caliber soccer we're witnessing at this time. Pressure still being applied by the blue shirts. And just placed out of in the field by Carlo, Castrechino. Thrown in by the Croatian team, taken by Carlo again. Beautiful pass again in the wing, just missed by our wings. The wings were at the time were not in place. Excellent header taken by Lenny. Back to Lenny. Robert Palladino, beautiful shot. Excellent, excellent shot. Beautiful taken by the goalie. The play right now in the center field, taken by the Croatian team. Well placing, but the defense of Palladino, which is steady, very steady, are breaking the play. Oh, that's an excellent chance for our player, but the goalie was first. Beautiful. Number 7 was Dean Principe. He wasn't in time. Paul Miatello, one of the steadiest defensemen, just throws the ball. One of his kicks just can clear any problem. Very intelligent player. No, it's Carlo Castrechino is usually the playmaker of the team. It's all over the field. Ball right now is on the offside, on the side of the field, being thrown in by one of the Croatia players. Penalty against the Croatian team. They pushed a little bit. The play is right again in the edge of the pressure is still being applied by the Palladino blue shirts. But we have two evenly matched team, I would say, this time. Throw in by Lenny Papano again. And we detected a little bit of a fault there, but the referee let it go. And again, Carlo Castrechino always in the middle of the action. Got that ball, tried to pass in the wing, but he went out from the wing. Throw in by the Croatia players. Beautifully taken by Ricky Stapancic. It's always in the field, but pressure right now is being applied by the Croatia again. But they go as far as our defense. They go as far as the defense. That's definitely a fault. Tripping on favor of the Croatian team. But the rifle back fouled by Frank Sinotti, who just threw the offensive player from Croatia in the front. Dangerous player this time. Number 20 of Croatia is gonna throw the ball. Into the field. The referee just positioned the ball close to the edge of the field. Here we go, beautiful shot. Dangerous, very dangerous situation. The play was not taken advantage by the attackers, the strikers of Croatia, and it loses itself right in the outside of the field. There'll be a kick in by the defenseman of Palladino Motors, blue shirts. There's a substitution now. Number 9, Robert Palladino, goes out, being replaced by, and number 5, Frank Sinotti. They being replaced by a defenseman and a striker, the smallest of the team. This is the end of the first period, and the game ends at 1-0. Palladino Motors 1, Croatia team 0. Okay, how's this? Can you hear it? Here we are in intermission between first and second period of the game, which is right now is being led 1-0 by the Palladino Motors team of the Peewee division of the Southern District Soccer League, and we're very lucky here to have the sponsor, Vip Palladino himself. Hi, Vip.
Eddie, how are you?
Fine, fine. A beautiful game, eh?
It looks like it's a good game.
These kids are really putting a good soccer spectacle. I'm telling you, they're excellent. Listen. I know that the division, like the Peewee division, hasn't been playing the last 2 or 3 years, but I know you've been sponsoring teams for a long time, the longest time. What brought it about this year to bring back the Peewee, and so successfully?
Well, early in the year, I was approached by Eddie Palladino, who's had some hockey experience. I mean, not hockey, but soccer experience, as you all know. And he intended to get a good bunch of boys together and have a good Peewee team, and I think he's done a good job. And though the score is close, they're ahead 1-0, and it's going to be a good game.
Excellent.
No matter who wins or loses, it's a great game. Excellent.
Your team, by the way, the team you're sponsoring, played 20 games, won 19 this year, and tied 1. And the one they tied was 0-0. They scored 107 goals, and only 12 against them. That will show that the quality of coaching and players you picked up.
Right. That shows that Eddie's done his job, and he's picked a good bunch of players, and they're doing a great job.
Okay, we're ready to start the second half, Vip. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you, Larry.
Yes, we're a little late coming back, but here the second period just started. And we're going to have another 40 minutes of excellent soccer right here on the Peewee level. The Vip Palladino Motors team is ahead 1-0 on a beautiful goal scored about the 10 minutes mark by Carlo Castrechino, one of the top players of this team. Like on the earlier interview with Vip, we were very lucky to say that he picked up an excellent team, and most of it has to be said to the wise decision of picking up coaches of the caliber of Eddie Palladino, who naturally has a beautiful nose and good eye for soccer talent. He put together about 16, 17 team, 16 or 17.
Bigger than normal, or is this?
No, this is a very regular size. Vic Palladino just asked us about the size of the field, and it's on a regular size soccer field. That's where the game is being played at this time. And again, here is a dangerous incursion by the. That's going to be. It looks like it's going to be a defensive play by the Croatia team, and it's going to be just a regular kick into the field by the defense of the Croatia team. The team, as I told you earlier, leads 1-0. Is the Vic Palladino blue shirts, and is being kicked off the field, and it will be a throw-in by hand by the blue shirts of the Palladino Moros. Number 16, and there was Michael Cassidy, who plays left half. 11 is going to throw the throw-in. Jeff Falcioni, very active this game. 14, Tony Falvo, and Carlo Castrechino there. The ball right now is a center field. There's a little pressure being applied, very tenue pressure being applied by the Croatia team. But it's going to be definitely our defense, the defense of the Vic Palladino Motors team, which is going to, there he goes to Carlo Castrechino, beautiful pass by Carlo to Patrick McCann on the left wing. Patrick McCann, beautiful control of the ball, pass in the front, and it's a tip-off to the goalie by the defenseman of Croatia. Goal kick by the Croatia goalie into the field. Defense of Palladino, which is only allowed 2 goals, as we told you earlier, in 20 games, while scoring 107. Does not permit the danger. Here again is the pressure being applied by the Palladino Moros team. All these players are the Peewee, which are 13 or 14 years of age. Some of them are a little younger. They cannot be older. Quite a few people here watching the game, by the way. And it's nice to see the enthusiasm being played. There's a lot of pressure being applied by the blue shirt, but excellent play by the defense. Taken by 11, just Falcioni, who throws it back in, but it's going to go over the side into the end of the field. Will be a defensive kick by the Croatia team. The game is progressing very well. About 3-4 minutes have been played in the second half. The Palladino team is leading 1-0 again on a lone score by Carlo Castrechino about the 10 marks of the first period. While throw-in, I'd like to mention number 16 is Michael Cassidy, excellent player. And Michael is 13, he plays left half. It's one of the steadiest middle fielder, by the way, that the team has. Excellent defensive play by the defensive team. Jeff Falcioni is playing on the left wing here. Beautiful play, excellent. We're seeing a very good caliber of soccer again being played. These two teams are really putting a good show on today. Maybe they know they're being filmed. That's why they're showing us so much beautiful soccer. Enjoyed by everyone here. Approximately 150 people watching the game, which is for a Peewee first playoff game. It's almost a record here in this area, the beautiful Dalkey Park. Nice play by the attack, the strikers of Croatia, but it just goes to Paolo Zanetti, our goalie, who had, by the way, congratulations to Paul, 12 goal only scores against them. In 20 games that he defended that net, 14 of them were shutouts. Okay, the play right now is on the the side of the field. And it's going to be a throw-in by the Croatia team. Nice shot by the striker of Croatia that goes in the end of the field. Could be dangerous, but a beautiful play of Paolo Zanetti, our goalie. Gets the ball out of the playing area, and it's going to be a throw-in by the Croatia player. Nice play. Defensive, but the defensive of Croatia right now, of Palladino Moros, clears the field.
I didn't even know that.
The play goes on at center field most of the time because of how well balanced these two teams are. The Croatian team finished third in the league, but the Palladino Moros team, who played 20 games, winning 19 and tying 1, was ahead to the second team by 19 points when the season was over. That showed the excellent coaching and the determination of the player themselves. The number 18 down there is Paul Miatello, our center half, steady as a rock. Throw in by the Palladino Moros team, missed by Jeff Falcioni, again headed by Falcioni to Papano. Again to Jeff. Jeff throws it up. And here we have a dangerous situation being created for our Patrick McCann. Beautiful pass on, 14 by Tony Falvo. There's Patrick McCann, but they couldn't reach in time. The ball goes in the end. Carlo dominating the play naturally in the center field. In the center, left and kick, defensive clearing by the Croatia team. But now here 17 is Paulino Rocca, one of the steady defensemen. That's the biggest player that touches the ball. If that young fella had a little more size, which he probably will, it'd probably be excellent. Oh, beautiful shot, just barely higher on the by McCann. Patrick McCann, left wing. If he could shoot with left a little more, probably would have had a better chance. If he had a playing left wing, he had a right foot shot, and probably that's why he missed a bit. There was substitution being taken on the Croatian team. There's been a little delay in the meantime while the players are being changed. There we go. Kick in by the defenseman, taken by number 8, Patrick McCann, who tried a little earlier to score a goal and missed it by a bit. Excellent defenseman. It could be a dangerous play, but it goes to the sure, steady Paul Miatello. There's Palladino Rocca, missed it a bit. Nice shot, nice, excellent shot. Beautifully caught by Paul Zanetti on the goalie. The play is continuing, mostly in center field as usual. The teams are evenly matched. The Palladino Moros is still ahead 1-0 on the lone goal scored by Carlo Castrechino about the 10-minute marks of the first period. Carlo is number 10 and is dominating the center field. Is one of the better players of the team, if not the best. Scored 36 goals in 16 only games. The little young fella on the left, on the right wing was Jamie Lamotte. If he had a little bigger, if his size was a little taller, he'd probably be the best for his determination and his will to play. All of these young fellas are playing tremendously with their heart. They all give about 110%. And it's a makes the parents and the coaches very, very happy. There is Carlo Castrechino, beautiful pass in the front of number 14, Tony Falvo. Tony is trying to get away, but the defenseman intelligently passed it to... Oh, beautiful defensive play. He missed it the first time, the goalie, but he caught it the second time. It could have been a goal easily. Very, very dangerous situation in the favor of the Palladino Motor team. Okay, we're back again. The play is out on the side. And we have young McCann throwing the ball in to Castrechino, back to McCann, into the defenseman. The girl, by the way, that's a girl playing on defense, number 23 with the Croatian team. Her name is Tina. The only girl that broke the sexual barrier, and it's playing with an all-boys team. The only lonely girl, and she's doing very well on the Croatian side of the team. Here we have Carlo again applying the pressure on the Croatian team. Beautiful pass into the middle, taken by number 6, Fulvius' son, Ricky Stampacic. Beautiful shot. Goalie took it and placed it back into the place. Oh, dangerous play by number 18, Paul Miatello. It's called immediately by referee Anselmo, who's doing an excellent job of controlling this game. The kids are playing beautifully, and they're doing an excellent job of showing us one of the best of the soccer being played in this area.
Come on, go now.
Dangerous situation, but surely taken by Paul Zanetti on goalie. His number 2 is the right wing of Palladino, Jimmy Lamont. Here now again, it's a play. The play was initiated again by Ricky Stapancic, and then he went into the outside field, being thrown in by the Croatia player. That's the young lady, number 23. They threw the ball in. She's certainly faring very well along with the boys.
Go on the ball.
Number 18, Paul. Beautiful pass to Patrick McCann. McCann to the center. To Tony Falvo to number 19, Lenny Papano. Papano passed it on the wing, and Jimmy Lamont is trying to get it, and he still has got control of the ball, and he's passing it to Castrechino, who's placing a beautiful shot, barely missing. It could have been the 2-0 goal. It's still 1-0 for Palladino Motors. There is a lull on the play right now as the Croatian team is calling for a player's change. And number 2 goes in while number 98 comes out. Here's the play resuming right now with the kick by the defenseman into the play, a center half. Number 9, which is Robert Palladino, picks up the ball. Beautiful play by Robert to Carlo Castrechino to the right wing. Lenny's trying to control the ball, but it does not, and it gets back to the blue shirts of Ricky Stapancic. Ricky's to Carlo. Carlo misses the header, but the ball nevertheless goes to number 10. Carlo's got a chance of scoring, and it does. Beautiful. Second scoring, second goal. 2-0 right now at the 16-minute mark by number 10, Carlo Castrechino, who already scored 36 goals. This is the second of the night. When the ball gets to him, he usually does not miss it. At the 16-minute mark, it makes it 2-0 with Palladino Motors team. Excellent playmaking by the whole team. 5 different players were involved on this goal, with a final touch by Carlo, the extreme opportunist of the team. He had earlier a chance of scoring 2 more goals, missing by a foot or so. Here's the play back again. At this time, the score is 2-0. The blue shirts of Palladino Motors leading. Both goals came by Carlo Castrechino. Play the center half. Definitely there is a definitely pressure steadily, continually being applied by the blue shirts of the Palladino Motors team, and it's been proven on the results of during the last season that just was completed last Saturday. They won on 20 games they played. They won 19 and tied 1-0. And this shows manifest itself here with on a 2-0 lead at this time by the very same team. That young lady at number 23 caused a fault on to Carlo Castrechino. Therefore, there's a free kick in favor of the Palladino Motors team. The kick is being taken by Michael Cassidy. Michael Cassidy, number 16, passed it on, but stopped by the defenseman of the Croatia team. Number 6 is Ricky Stepancic to Robert Palladino. Palladino to the right wing. Beautiful, excellent play by the goalie. And the ball, miraculously saved on the line by the goalie. Still played. Miraculously saved by the goalie. There was an excellent play by the goalie himself. Okay, the play continues with Ricky Stepancic controlling the ball, giving it to Robert. Robert just goes to the right wing, to the center. Robert just 2 minutes ago was robbed by a sure goal, by some beautiful, fortunate play of beautiful shot and beautiful save by the goalie himself for the Croatian team. Robert was sure he had the goal, but the ball did not go over the white line, and the game remained at 2-0. Here is Carlo Castrechino, the scorer of the 2 goals earlier, who makes a play on the right wing to Lenny Papano. Lenny is controlling the ball right now deep in the right wing. Beautiful pass in, but it was a little far, and the ball just gets out of the field. Play continues with another shot by Carlo Castrechino. He has certainly been the dominant striker of the game, along with Fulvio and Robert. Ricky. I always make a mistake. Having known Fulvio, Ricky's father, for a long time, he has the same moves. Most of these players have history of in the family of soccer being played by their parents or older brothers or relatives. Okay, the game is continuing. About 21 minutes are gone from the second half. Fault is being called on Carlo Castrechino, who has been tenaciously being watched by the only girl who, incidentally, is an excellent player. The best player of the league, number 23, Tina. We only know her by the first name, Tina. She's the only girl in the field, and she's doing a very, very, very good job on controlling Carlo. But Carlo is too good for her. Back resumed in the middle of the field, and we're noticing Tony Cirillo, one of the coaches of this divisions in the area of Sabri. I'd like to have Tony coming over. Tony. The play is very dangerous at this time, but now Paul Zanetti made a beautiful play. I'd like to have Tony to come over here and have help me a little bit on discussing the game. Hi, Tony. Nice to see you out at the game.
Thank you.
What do you think of this game so far? Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, it's a very nice game.
I say that one of the best caliber of soccer I've seen in the Peewee in Sudbury, being played out in this game.
Yeah, for that age group, yes.
Right, the 13, 14 years old. The Palladino Motors team is certainly dominating, but not as much as I thought by the record of 19 win, 1 tie only. No losses on the field. The Croatian team is giving them a little bit of trouble, but nevertheless they're still leading 2-0 on 2 goals of Carlo Castrechino, who's been dominating the striking area.
Right, but this is the team that gave them problems all year. This is the only team that they tied.
Oh, this is the only team that tied
right.
him, eh? No wonder that there's so much... See, I wasn't aware of that.
But the field is a little bit slippery, and you notice some of the skills are gone because of the wet field, eh? You know, they try to play the ball, and the ball bounces differently in a wet field than it does in a dry field. And this is, you know, one of the differences as well. But the Croatian goalie is playing a fantastic game.
Yes, he's keeping
the score
low, very low. Yes, there's only 2. Only 1 goal in the first half and 1 goal in the second. Here we have another approximately 15 minutes to go to the end of the game. And what I'd like to ask you from your experience, I think you were some kind of a coach of these teams, or were you a coach in the senior field?
Well, I coached seniors for a while, yeah.
Did you? You did not coach any of these age groups?
No, not 14. 18 and under I coached.
18 and under, eh? How do you find then this team? Like earlier you said that I think I saw that it was an excellent game being played here, although it's only 2-0, but there's a lot of play and I can see a lot of good talent being developed in this field, equally from both teams. Probably much more, or a good percentage more on the Palladino Blue Shirts team. But even the Croatia team is showing excellent soccer, as you can see.
Yes, but like I said before, you know, the skills are shown, you know, like on the conditions of the field as well. The field is good, but it is wet, and it's very hard to, it's deceiving. So when the ball bounces or when it's, you know, it skids, you're hoping for one, you know, to go one direction or it goes another direction. But the Blues are showing very disciplined soccer.
There's a corner kick right now being taken, and a chance of scoring another goal. Excellent.
But you notice there how many people slipped,
right,
or misjudged the ball,
simply because of the field is wet.
Exactly.
Eh? Well, it rained until a little while. because you can see the position of all the players. They're all positioned in the right places at all the times.
That's right. But Eddie, now Eddie goes back a few years now. He was one of the chiefs here, and
The 50s and the 60s.
50s and the 60s, and he was our big captain in the 60s of the Italia Flyers.
Oh yes, you played also for
That's
Italia
right.
Flyers, eh, Tony?
Now he's got the experience, and I see how cool he is down there.
Certainly.
Only a few guys. He knows which guys are kicking the ball, where it's really supposed to go, and that's why they got such a fantastic record this year.
Yes, definitely.
You know,
so.
and
it makes pleasant to watch.
most definitely does.
You know for sure that some of these players are going to be up there in the senior ranks in here, probably in university soccer, or
I hope they do.
As far as probably as Ontario and Canadian soccer, because even at number 6 there, Stepancic, he has excellent control of the ball. 10,
Yes.
especially Carlo there, is doing a fantastic job. There is another shot. Beautiful.
The goalie, yeah.
Goalie's
the goalie, yeah.
cool.
But just getting back to a little bit of soccer here, we're sort of isolated from the big soccer down south, so we have to try extra hard, because I've been involved in it in all aspects, in the reffing part, the coaching part, and I was district coach for a couple of years. And every time you try to send a player down from up north here, down south shoots it.
It has to be four times as good
Exactly,
as anyone on the other side of the place.
because they have to pay expenses, and they don't want to pay if a guy is not really that
Super.
great. That's right. So.
Well, we're going to have to work a little harder on making sure that they know we're here, and we have the caliber, and we do have the children. We have umpteen numbers of teams playing right now in this area.
Well, Danny, that's the old saying, is we're Northerners. We love to play the game of soccer. We don't care where we go, but they love the sportsmanship and everything else of it. Because soccer is the most played game in the world.
Yeah, second to none, definitely.
That's right.
Second to none. More millions people are interested in watching and playing
Throughout the
soccer
world.
than any other team sport or any sport, for that matter, in the world.
Right. And I don't know if you noticed, though, the game is kept pretty close in hand by the official. There's nobody really yelling or...
Yeah, I was commenting a little earlier that Anselmo is doing an excellent job in controlling this game.
And this is, if I may add, is his first year. And I'm glad to see young officials out so we can, keep him for a long time. And he's doing a good job.
Yeah, the game in the meantime is progressing well. Alternating up and down. Do you think they'd slow down a bit now?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I think the Blues are taking it a bit soft. They're saying, well, guys.
We'd have had 2-0.
Yeah, but they figure like they can score it well. And now, grant you, they don't want to get hurt because the field is slippery, like I mentioned 2 or 3 times before.
Right. They're aware of that, eh?
Oh, yes, most definitely. And they hate to risk an injury late in the game just to, maybe just to score a goal or just to, I mean, a 2-0 win is just as good as a 10-0 win.
Yes.
And they got,
but the way
they got the final.
The impressive way they're winning, controlling the game, it's
it's
kind of up and down, but it's definitely dominated by the blue shirts.
Most definitely is.
There is not 2 ways about it. The defense is solid. The midfield is controlling everything that goes on. The strikers ahead, they're always dangerous.
Yes.
I like to mention the names of all these players just in case we only have about 8 minutes left while the game is progressing. The goal is 22. The goalkeeper is Paolo Zanetti. He's playing a good game even today. Whenever time he was called upon, he was sure and steady.
And that's hard to be a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Like in any sport, you get one shot every once in a while.
Right.
Rather than the goalkeepers get, continuous shots. He's always warmed up.
We have another corner kick, Tony.
Okay, but notice again. You see, tall guy that was in the far post. He's in the other post now, cutting down the angle. You see?
Yes.
And there is the other blue shirt.
Controlling.
2 corner kicks you've seen. They came twice to the blue shirt.
Taken by the blue shirts.
That's right.
Because that's the position that they have.
That's
And
right.
number 2, it's the smallest player in the field, and he's playing right wing, and he did a pretty good job. If he had the size, I think he'll do a heck of a lot more. His name is Jamie Lamotte.
And I'm glad you mentioned size because soccer doesn't have any size. You mentioned, the smallest guy in the field. Paulo Rossi was the smallest guy in the World Cup.
Right.
And he scored.
He was
the most dominant. So soccer, as long as you got the skills, you can make it. So size doesn't really matter if you're 6'2" or 5'2".
Yeah, number 3 is one of the big guys that we have on this team here, and is Mario Chacon. He's playing
playing a very good game.
left half, yes. So is number 4, Sean T-Boy, left wing, on left wing over here. Frank Sinotti is right full back, total control of the game in there as well. along with Ricky Stepancic, right halfback.
Well, Ricky,
He's a
that's
small guy.
Fulvio's
Fulvio's
little
son, yes.
son, yeah. And
Yes, I
his
call him-
dad, yeah, but his dad was a great player too, you know.
Yes.
Going back a few years, he played professional soccer. So,
Right. Then we have a 7. We didn't see too much of him tonight. Number 7 was Dean Principe. He played quite a bit in the beginning of the game, but I guess he's been replaced at this time.
well, but once again, Danny, you know, I'm saying, you know, they're winning the game quite comfortably. They're not really in any danger, and they're trying to play everybody
Right.
and save, you know, the players for the big games.
Even number 8. Look at number 8. The size of number 8.
Exactly.
Left wing is doing an excellent job.
But he plays with the heart.
Yes, he does. He does
You
play
know,
with
and that's
his
where
heart.
You see him, you know, he's got a lot of heart. And once again,
Yeah.
size does not matter in the game of soccer.
Another guy that is doing a good job today in the center half there. On inside right is playing, but most of the time it's Robbie Palladino. Robert, isn't it Eddie's son?
Yes, yes. And
Oh.
I'll tell you, it's very hard to play when your dad is coaching because you hate to make a mistake.
Right. Yeah, you have to be
I've,
perfect. But he's doing a good
yes.
job. He
Yes.
almost scored a goal. I thought it was in earlier, but apparently it was ruled.
He was
that it
jumping up and down.
Right. It was ruled on the line.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, this is the best father and son relationship I've seen in the game.
There's
you know,
Jamie, the
yeah.
little guy.
That's right, because you know, like maybe people might call him, you know, your father's a coach, but no, he's treated just like any other player,
And he's doing a good job.
and that's what makes Eddie a good coach.
What about the number 10 of Carlo Castrechino? What can we say about him?
What can
He
you
scored
say
so
about
many
Carlo?
goals. He scored them both today.
Yeah,
It's controlling completely, goes up and down. It's never immobile. He's always active.
Well, there's not too much I can say about him because he's my nephew, so,
So
I'll leave it at that.
I can only say, well, you can only agree with me that he's one of the best in there, if not the best.
Well,
Scores so many goals and so opportunist that there's no way. It's always moving up and down. Jeff Falcioni played a good game today, number 11. He plays left half.
uh-huh.
And for a while he was kept very, very, very busy, especially at the beginning of the second half. Mark Randina. Didn't see too much action. No, as I was saying earlier, we were talking about the players. Tony Falvo, we mentioned center forward. He did a good job too. Number 15, he played quite a bit in the beginning of the game. John Perusini is an excellent player coming up. They're all very good, really, as a team. He plays left wing, and he did a good job at the beginning. I think he got a little bit hurt when he got up early in the second half.
Yeah.
He hit with one of the players. They hit each other in the face by jumping, by accident.
You know, Danny, you just said a little magic word here about, you know, they play as a team, which is true. Soccer
Yes.
has to be played as a team.
It's 11 players plus the 5 or 6 that are sitting on the side.
That's right, and they play as a team because if you play individuals, you can have the best.
Individuals, but not
That's right,
certainly not the best team.
and plus you got to have the heart. So
Okay, 16, as we said earlier, is Michael Cassidy. He plays left half, and he's been very steady as well. One of the better players. Well, how can we say one of the better? They're all good, I think.
that's right.
Some of them,
That's right.
they just get a little more glory because they score more goals than others. But they're a very good team.
The people on the bench can come over and do just as good a job,
Right.
which they've been proven.
17, there is another dangerous, another shot by Carlo.
By Carlo, yeah.
And
But he was told to shoot, eh? You know,
yes.
I don't know, like he, you know, because shooting from about 25 yards out is a little hard to score.
Right.
But he does have a good shot.
And it's easy for the goalie. It's much easier for the goalie to see it coming.
Yes,
and
but
stop
you know
it.
why he's shooting? Because once again, it's slippery. The ball might slip out, and might, you know, and he might get a deflection. And
Okay, 17.
here's
There's a danger, but naturally it's
the
sure.
goalkeeper came out.
We can see the sure hand of Paolo Zanetti there, the goalie. Number 17 was Paulino Rocca. He plays right full back, and he's played a steady game today too. He played most of the first half, and right now he's sitting on the side. 18 played the whole game solidly. Paul Miatello, center half. He controlled completely, just as a rock, that part of the defense, right in the middle. But he's always good. It's always easy to look good as a center half, though.
Well, only when things go good. But when things go bad, he's got one of the toughest jobs to do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he plays it so well, he makes it look so easy. So, you know.
And the right wing, the last right wing was Lenny Papano. We saw a lot of action a little earlier on the right wing there, at number 19. Oh, there's a danger. Oh, Robert just
Once
missed
again,
it.
he pulled the goalie out.
Right.
But there again, he tried. No,
He probably slipped again.
That was a smart play. But there again, you know, right. You know, the ball is wet, you know, and the feet
There's about half a minute left on this game, and after we're going to have the presentation of the trophy that the team, the Palladino Motors team won. And oh, there we go.
There you go.
The game
but
is
the
right
people's
over.
feet must be pretty heavy now after that
Yes.
water in their socks and everything else.
Thanks, Tony, for being here and helping
thanks
me
for
out.
having
You
me.
did beautiful.
Okay, Danny.
Thank you very
we'll
much.
See. Bye-bye.
The game ended up 2-0 with Palladino Motors over Croatia team. 2-0. Both goals scored by Carlo Castrechino, the extreme opportunist. In a little while, they'll make a presentation of the trophy that they won earlier. Here's the victorious team coming up back to the field. They'll go on and advance the traditional handshake. They go on and advance to the next round of the playoffs. This is the first game of the playoffs. They won it 2-0. Beautiful goal at the first half that we happened to be missing at the time by Carlo Castrechino, and the second goal again in the second half about the 15 minutes mark by Carlo Castrechino again. Excellent game. Beautifully coached. There's a beautiful team coached by Eddie Palladino and his assistant out there, Joe Colusi, who could not come out tonight because of work commitment. But they're doing an excellent job of putting this team together. There's the coach being congratulated by the opposing coach. And soon some of the officials of the league will make the presentation to the team.
No, give them back to him.
Thank you. Here they're being one of the officials of the league, of the Sudbury District Soccer Association, is going to make the presentation of the trophy that was won by the Palladino Motors during the recent season. Oh, the presentation is being made and is being congratulated by one of the vice presidents of the Sudbury District Association League. Carlo Castrechino accepted the trophy. The game that they won were 19 and only one tie during the whole season. That's how they received the trophy. And here is Carlo showing proudly congratulations. It's certainly in order to that beautiful team and to their coaches and the parents and to the young fellow who played goalie there with 14 shutouts out of 20. Only 12 goals scored against them during the year and 107 scored by the team, 36 by Carlo. There is the team congratulating themselves. Beautiful, with that chant of war, victory. Congratulations again to all of these young fellas.